Imagine, if you will, sitting down to your morning coffee, turning on your home computer to read the day's newspaper. Well, it's not.
Yo, it's your boy Zeta Don, and we back at it again with another episode of Inspired Empire Podcast. Today we got my boy Eli. He goes by EAC, right?
Yes, sir.
He's an up and coming artist out here in Salt Lake City. I've been knowing him for a while, since 2017, about.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Family man, ladies man, he can do it all. So today we just gonna talk about you, man. This is basically for your music. You know what I'm saying? Promote yourself, right? Where'd you grow up?
So I was born in Layton, but I was raised in Ogden, so I was about 14. But a lot of my background is mainly being in Ogden. Had both of my parents, but they split when I was young. And I got in a lot of trouble as a minor, like as a young kid, fighting a lot, all that dumb shit. So I don't know. It's just my upbringing was a little bit different. It wasn't the worst, but it also wasn't the best,
I feel you. So your parents split. Your dad was still in the picture though, right?
So he was there, but I wouldn't say he was there. Like, he was there physically, but he wasn't like there emotionally, I guess. Like, I tried to bond with him and everything like that, but he was, us being young parents, you want to still live your life. So that's kind of where he was at with it. He wanted to do his own thing at the moment, but I got love for him. We have a good relationship now. He's a great grandpa to my kid. I would never take that away from him or anything like that. But
that's all that matters. As far as your upbringing, man, what like drew you to music? Because was this just like the music thing? Did that just start out of nowhere, or was it just since you were a kid?
So it's always been, I was a kid, I always listened to music to kind of escape my problems in a way. But I never got like into rapping until I was probably like 19, I would say. But music has always been a big part of my life because, growing up, my mom was always working. My dad was kind of just in and out. So I didn't really have anything. I have a younger brother, but he was young. He's 6 years younger than me, So all I had was music. My first album I ever bought was The Eminem Show, I was a big fan of Eminem growing up. It just kind of, like I said, that's just kind of always been something I loved to listen to. Got me out of a dark spot. But when I got into music is when I was like 19 going into 20, but I didn't start taking it serious until about 2 years ago. So I started out in a group called Bad Intentions, I think it was. So, something like that. It was just a group of friends that I had at the time, and we got somebody who wanted to make beats. One guy who was like a lyrical person, another guy who could sing, and I was just kind of there. And so we kind of just did that, and then we kind of all, broke off. But it was more that after I went solo, I kind of did my own thing for a little bit, was learning. Obviously, the stuff that I first dropped was garbage. I know it was garbage, but as of my recent stuff, it's barely been my best stuff because I've been able to adapt to different styles and everything like that, and kind of talk about stuff I did in the past or just have fun with it. It kind of just goes hand in hand depending on what audience I'm trying to appeal to.
From when you first started out, because I already know how it is because I used to do music back in the day, obviously. But like when you first started, what type of things did you start to notice about doing music?
So like the one rapper that actually got me to start rapping, and it's totally crazy because a lot of people would look at me and be like, your style don't even match that, is Hobson. It's weird to think because it's like, oh, he's like some weirdo Eminem wannabe, which cool, everybody has their opinion, but I liked his style a lot, and I was like, I want to start rapping because of that. Obviously, my style is a lot different compared to what he does, but that doesn't mean he wasn't my influence at that time. So like now, like my main influences are like Blast. I love Blast. Blast is one of my favorite artists. Who else? I like YG's cool. I like the hood style, but I'm more into like that singing stuff, the R&B type,
like melodic.
Yeah. Okay.
So
like a lot of that stuff is what I'm more
trying to push.
Yeah.
Instead of like the gangsterism and all that.
Yeah.
Shit.
Like, it's just,
I feel you.
Like I can have some of those tracks. It's not an issue because I can relate to some of it. But then it's like I don't want that image either, because then it gives everybody like, oh, yeah, and I don't want that. I'd rather just be, oh, look, it's the R&B singer.
feel you. And that's the thing I think I ran into when I did music, because it was like I was rapping about stuff and it was like, damn, I don't even do that no more. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know why I keep doing that. So it's like you kind of fall into that. And then I started liking the melodic stuff, but I can't sing. So I was like,
See, the thing is though, throw a little bit of auto tune, you straight.
I tried it. I was not feeling it, dog. That just wasn't
You gotta
me.
practice, bro. That's all it
It
is.
wasn't me. It wasn't me. I'm out the game now. I'm basically married, so I can't even do all that. No
Me
more.
too. That's fine.
Hey, stop. Anyway, but as far as music, man, like, because we both know when you start out, it's an uphill battle. You know what I'm saying? What type of things did you face? Because I know, as say, like, not trying to make it a racing, as a black artist, I have a different like avenue to stuff. As a Hispanic artist, what type of things did you have to deal with exactly?
So like, the biggest thing I get right now is everybody assumes, oh, you want to be black so bad because I wear braids. To me, it's a hairstyle. I understand it's part of a certain culture in a way, but at the end of the day, I'm not feeling I'm disrespecting. I'm not trying to be sooty. I'm not. You know, I'm kind of just me. Like, I like the style. I like the way it looks, and it appeals to me. So that was one of the things that a lot of people are, you just want to be black or you're light skinned now. And kind of now it's just, to me, it's just like, oh, whatever. Like, I'm cool with it. Before it would be like, all right, bro, you don't gotta, why you gotta disrespect me like that? Like, but now it don't bother me. A lot of the thing being a Hispanic artist is that a lot of people assume, oh, you want to be a Chicano rapper, you want to be a Mr. Criminal, or you want to be a Mr. Capone, and it's like, maybe back in like '05, if I was older and doing it, then I could see that, but that's just not that's not what I'm appealed to. That's not what I like to do. That's not how I like to sound, So I've always tried to try different styles, see what fits more, and so far it's more like the singing, melody, the melodic, whatever the fuck it's called. Like just that style, it just fits better for me because everybody calls me a fake simp because I can make lovey shit, and it's like, oh, Eli don't even love nobody. What do you mean?
I feel it. I mean, as far as melodic music though, I feel like that's what people bump. Like me, I was literally just listening to Rod Wave in the car just all day. It's just, I feel like it's more about your emotions instead of trying to act hard or something.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, it appeals to different audiences. You'll have some people that only like the hood shit. So I've made some of those. Then there's only people that like lovey shit. I made some of those. There's some people that like that deep, sad sim stuff. I've made that. So like, I've been able to do it all. I know my music's not gonna appeal to everybody, but that's why I always want to try something new. Like at all times, like every track I wanted to make be different than my last one, or maybe I'll hit up more auto-tune and see how it sounds. Some people might like it. Some people might. I might do no auto-tune and try my, straight singing voice. And some people, like, it could just go hand in hand, So you can't please everybody.
I feel you. I feel like if you stay versatile, though, you know what I'm saying? That's just what people like. Like Drake, he can do it all.
It was crazy, man, as growing up back when Drake was, like, coming out. Like, when he first started blowing up in 2010, I wasn't even a fan of Drake. I didn't like Drake until, like, to be honest, until he dropped Scorpion. That's a lot. Yeah.
You didn't like Take Care?
I like Take Care, but I only like the song. I only like the Take Care track. I didn't like anything else. So, wow. Yeah, I know I'm gonna get a lot of looks. I know, but
Take Care, dog.
Then as I started doing my style and kind of watching how he was able to do rap and the singing shit and love shit, and everybody clowned him for it, but he was getting them streams. He was getting that clout. He was blowing up. So I went back, bro, and I listened to, was it Thank Me Later? Or what is it? Yeah. So I listened from all the way back then, every single track, up until his most recent one, waiting for that new one to drop right now. But it made me understand, like, all right, this is how he did it. This was his formula, and that's what I do. I'll listen to certain artists, and I'll get that influence. Like, all right, let me go try something out and see if it works with me, and put my own twist into it. Sometimes it does work, sometimes it doesn't. I've trashed so many tracks because of it. It just can depend on if I'm feeling it. If I ain't feeling it, I feel like nobody else will. But then some people are like, no, we got to hear it too. What you might not like, we might love.
See, and that's weird because that's the weird thing. Like when you collab with people, it turns into that, or like even just your own music. Because I know I put out songs, I'm like, this song is fucking trash, but people love it. They just ate that shit up. It was kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. As far as you working with different artists in Salt Lake, because Salt Lake City is like I call it a crab in a bucket. Like this it's an area where there's a lot of haters. Some succeed, some don't. What has been your experience working with different artists?
So, So I wouldn't say I worked with a lot of different artists, but the one person I'll give a shout out to is Jelani Harris because he actually mixed, mastered, and recorded my very first song ever, and he stuck with me all throughout the way. We had our little problems throughout, like just little petty shit, but we made amends. Now he's one of my goodest friends just because we're solid. We always talk about music, and he's always trying to better me. I'm always trying to better him, regardless. So Jelani Harris is like one of my main people in Utah that I've worked with a lot, and not even just music wise. It's just like on growth. Ilyav, another one. I love working with Ilyav. We don't have a song yet. We're working on it, but it's just one of those that like his style is so much different than mine. So it's kind of like I would have to do some singing rap, and he'll have to kind of like match it if that makes sense.
In my opinion, Illy is like the underrated. I feel like he's underrated in the music world.
I just feel like he's had the wrong people around him, bro. Like in all
Yeah,
honesty.
I think he's fell into some little things that has made that happen. So I feel like, but in my opinion, I think he's cold.
Oh yeah, I love Illy. Illy's I be clowning on him all the time on when he goes live because he'll just be talking the most shit on live, and it's just we click, we cool. Um, and then like there's like UA, their group. I've never worked with them, but they've always been solid to me. They've always showed me love. Legacy, they've showed me love. Speak Wisely, he's the one that actually got me in touch with going to a bigger studio, so I always got love for him no matter what. Um, Other than that, man, like not really, Anthony Bravo. He kind of, he helped me out a little bit. Um, that's honestly, man, like I haven't really worked. I've actually worked with a lot more artists outside of Utah, more of like Cali. I've met some in Arizona and Colorado, even some on the East Coast. Like I said, it's totally different styles and everything, but it's just I feel like you have to branch out in order to get a name because everybody in Utah doesn't want to give you that love.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like it's just a crab in the bucket. Cause don't get me wrong, there's a lot of talent in Utah, but like it turns into it's like a pissing contest. Like, hey, well, you're good, but I'm better. It turns
Yeah.
into that like instantly. Especially you go in the studio and you get on another person's song and you kill that shit. They're gonna try to up you, like no matter what it is.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of like that in a way, but I don't take it to heart. It just makes me want to do something better.
Yeah, I mean, I get that too because, I mean, whether I'm in Cali or anywhere, I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to do my best. So it's like it's one of them things. But some people's egos like get taken into it because it's like, oh damn, he's really trying to outdo me on my own
Yeah.
song. Like I can't believe this.
And the thing is, bro, is I've had that before. Like, and I've kind of like I've come to terms like he just has that better skill, but it doesn't down me. It's just more like, all right, what can I take from this track and make myself better on the next one? And I've been able to do that. Like I said, I'm pretty sure you remember when we did what was it Love to Hate? That compared to what I'm doing now is just it's yeah, it's just like a lot of growth and you know I have my own studio that now I can I record in. I'm learning how to do my own vocals. I'm learning how to do a lot more stuff on my own because when I was coming up, nobody wanted to help me out. No, you're trash, or no, I'll let you know, bro. Like it was always left and right, but nobody ever wanted to take the time to actually help me out, right? So now it's just like people hit me up, oh, let me get a feature, let me do this. I'm like, yeah, bro, you give me, there's some people I owe features to because they've done it for me. Then there's some people I tell them, all right, you got to pay this price, or you got to, throw me these funds or pay for studio time. And then they're like, oh, well, I don't want to do all that. Like, all right, then it's not worth my time. Time is money.
I mean, some people just don't. I feel like they just trying to do it for clout.
Yeah.
Like for me, like I mean, even with podcasting, even though it's not music, it's just like people want to come on, but then once you like give them just a little bit of something to do, like hey, just go watch an episode so you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
They be like, oh no, they just don't do it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And the thing is, bro, is I've never been, I guess, a clout chaser. And at least in my opinion, other people may look at it different. But to me, I'm just like, I've always stood in my own lane. I've always done my own thing. I've never wanted to be somebody else. I never wanted to, oh, I want to be just like this rap dude, or I wanted to, like, I looked at him like, damn, you can rap, or maybe one day I can try to do something like that. And then I tried, and it's just not my style, or I didn't adapt to it, or I didn't end up liking it. It's just not me. That's what makes them different. And so I've always wanted to do my own different stuff. Like I said, that's why a lot of people call me a fake simp, because people view me, oh, Eli ain't talking to nobody. Eli can't be cuffed. but he's over there making songs about loving somebody. Like, you know what? A lot of people don't understand. A lot of the stuff I make is just stories from my past, what I've went through, who I have loved, or who I was with, or who did broke my heart, or who did me dirty, or the stuff I did when I was raised in Ogden, you know. So it just, it varies, man. Like, a lot of people don't understand that, and they just think, oh, he's making it in the moment. Who is he talking about? It gets people talking, and I don't ever address it, but I am now.
I feel you. I know that you've had some struggles doing this. So like, what are some things that made you want to stop doing music, and how'd you get through that?
Man. So the number one thing was it was time consuming. You know, I wanted to at the time when I wanted to take it more serious. I was partying too much, and you know that you used to party with me. We used to go out all the time, or I would go out a lot more, and so it was always like I wanted to party. I wanted to kick it. I wanted to live that fast life, and music was just kind of like, oh, I'll do it when I do it. You know, so I was never able to grow, and then it just one day hit me where it's like, you know, I can be good at what I do because I have a lot of work ethic. I grind. I feel like I grind harder than a lot of people out here. You know, a lot of people have natural talent, and a lot of people have money. You know, I'm not a trapper. I don't have bands on bands on bands to be throwing on shit. Like, everything I do, I'm working for my own money, at my own 9 to 5. I go to work, I go home, I spend time with my kid, I go to the gym, I'm in the studio. I use every time I can in my 24 hours of a day to make sure I get as much as I can done. Sometimes I get like 2 or 3 hours of sleep, you know, because I just be trying to just always do something. I'm constantly active, and that's just this year alone has been like that. I spent more time up than I have asleep. You know, and sometimes I'll need to take a power nap, man, because there's just no way.
I feel you. It'd be like that.
Yeah.
It'd be like that, bro. Because it's the same thing with this. Because through the whole day, I gotta go to work. I got my son, so I try to put time into that. And then you gotta go to the gym. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Dad bods be coming in. You gotta fucking lose that.
Yeah, bro. At this point, my dad bod gonna stick. It just ain't gonna get bigger.
It's just.
It
I don't know. I feel like that shit gonna catch up to you.
Okay, look, listen. I work out so I can eat whatever I want. That's kind of what I do with it.
That's fair.
I maintain.
Fair. But like, as far as the whole 24-hour thing, that shit's real because whether like I know I have to rely on him to do editing, and he has other people's shit to do. So it's like I gotta fit this in. I gotta make sure I can help him out to make sure he has enough to do. I gotta pay him. Like, there's a lot of stuff to go into it, man. So like, as far as entertainment, what made you not want to give up though?
So I would go to a couple concerts. Like, I've seen Jack Harlow in concert. I've seen Hobson in concert. I've seen who else? Kendrick Lamar, and I've always seen how the fans get all hyped about it. So it always made me excited that one day I could be up there. And the thing is, man, is I have stage fright, and a lot of people don't understand that. Like, people think, oh, Eli's not shy. Eli talks the most shit on Facebook. Eli does this. Eli does that. It's like, no, I'm really shy. I don't be out there like that. I can do it over social media, but in person, like,
It's a different ball game.
Yeah,
because
so
like, once you hit that stage, it's like, damn, I wonder if these people even fuck with me.
Yeah.
Like that.
So like, and then I have to analyze and I overthink and everything like that. So a lot of people just assume, well, Eli's always out there. Eli's always doing this. Like, honestly, I've gone out of my comfort zone a lot this year, but the one thing I have yet to do is perform, and that's just because I get anxiety, because I don't want to be that one dude that gets booed off stage like that. That's a confidence killer right there. I don't feel like that'll happen. I feel like I don't make bad music. I have some bad songs, even I can admit that, but I feel like most of my catalog isn't bad music. It's not gonna appeal to everybody, I know that, but it's also at that point where it's like, you're either gonna like it or you're not. Like,
What do you think you're gonna do that though? Like, when you feel like you're gonna perform.
So I have an album dropping on the 19th of this month. I told myself that after it drops, after I do a couple more videos, that I'll perform. I say that, but that's the one thing that I've yet it's just like, but I've had a lot of people reach out like, hey, you need to start doing shows, and I'll have people that, had a bond, like when I dropped my merch and everybody bought a shirt, you should start doing shows. I'll slide through.
Yeah, that's your support system, bro. So like, if you feel like people ain't fucking with you, they're gonna fuck with you regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's just kind of where I'm at with it, man. It's just a matter of trying to get over that fear of stage fright. I hated presenting in front of the class, man. So now to do your own song, you know, in front of a bunch of people, and a lot of them are also strangers, that makes it even harder.
See, bro, because that's funny. Because when I was a kid, right, I wanted to be a rapper, but like I really wanted to be a comedian first. So I knew I was funny as fuck. So I was like, all right, I'm funny as shit. I was always up in front of the class doing some crazy shit. And I watched the Tupac like documentary, and I was like, oh shit, he was like in ballet and improv and shit. So I do it. I fucking get up there. I'm thinking, I'm like, this shit gonna be easy, bro. As soon as I got on that fucking stage, I was like, what the fuck? But then, I mean, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go for it. On the inside, I was going crazy, but like once I started to do what I was doing, I could hear people laugh. It was like, all right, this ain't so bad. But at the same time, I'm like, damn, I wonder if they think that's even funny. Like,
If they fake laughing,
yeah,
and
bro.
shit.
But you never know until that shit, like, you do it. You won't know. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If you bomb it or not, I've done like comedy skits and stuff and bombed it, dog, and just was like, fuck, that was terrible. But people was like, at least you got up there. Like, most people wouldn't even get up there. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if you just get up there and do it, like,
Yeah,
that's what the people thinking about.
that's the goal that I'm gonna have by the end of this year. Is I'm gonna at least do one show, whether it's with people that I've featured with me on a song, which is actually pretty hard because I really don't have anybody featured with me. Like I said, the only person I've had featured with me on any music this year that's local is Jelani. You know, so it's just because, like I said, man, when I was up and coming and I wanted to do a feature, I felt like I had to have a feature on every one of my songs to make it pop, and nobody wanted to give me a feature. So now that I'm on doing my own thing, I'm doing numbers on my own way. Oh, Eli, let's do this. Eli, we should do something. Or you send me something. I'm like, nah, bro, you send me something. I'll send you my Cash App, whatever, Venmo. We can work something out, depending on how long you want the verse or if you want to hood. You let me know. Like I said, there's some people out there that have always been soft, so I'll never be like, oh, yeah, you have to pay me now type shit. Like, no, bro,
Right.
you did me good, I'm going to do you good. Like, that's just how I feel about it, but it's like more people that I haven't worked with or, you know, and everybody's just trying to get paid. I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody else, but I also know my worth too, you know? So, I mean, it kind of just goes hand in hand, like I said, hand in hand on who wants to invest in their craft, you know? It just kind of just depends on the person.
Okay. So as a rapper, who's your top 5?
Rap-wise or R&B?
Either one. I mean,
Kyle mix it then. So as of right now, my number one obviously is Blast. I love Blast. One day I love to do a song on Blast. My second one will have to be Fora. I love that sad boy sim shit. Don't make fun of me. I love that sad boy sim shit. It's just like I can relate to it, but I like that he puts a lot of emotion behind his, you know, a lot behind his stuff. The other person I've been feeling a lot, and I actually am excited for his album drop, is OGZ. I know Shoreline Mafia, them breaking up, it was kind of like iffy, but I fuck with OGZ's flow, the way he delivers. It might sound plain to other people, but to me, I'm just like, I can rock with it. And then the last two, that's a tough one to be honest. I'm trying to think. The Kid Laroi, I love the Kid Laroi. You know, it has a different style. He reminds me of Juice. I wasn't a Juice fan until he actually dropped his last album. I had to listen to it to really understand, you know, why everybody was always, because that Lucid Dreams, when that shit came out, bro, it was overplayed. I was like, I don't see what the hype's all about.
and because like if you like the melodic thing, that's
At
that's
the
who you
time,
started
though,
that.
I know, but at the time I wasn't into that style.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about when he dropped it, I was like, what, 4 or 5 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't into that. So it kind of grew on me, and now like I'm a big fan, you know, of Juice, but
Mm-hmm.
he's still not my top 5. My fifth one would have to be XXX. You know, it hurt that somebody had to take him like that, because he could be making so much good music right now, different type of styles, you know, all his instrumentals that you use, you know. But I would have to say Doja right now, currently on my top 5.
That's kind of crazy how my top 5 is way different from yours, because mine is, first of all, I gotta go with Kendrick, obviously. Second, people be like, oh, J. Cole. No, I'm not saying J. Cole. He's not in my top 5. He's cool. He's a good artist. Don't get me wrong. Second, I would have to go with Nip. Third, I'm definitely going Roddy Ricch. Fourth, right now, man, a lot of people that I listen to just passed away. Because I would say King Von. King Von was like a big,
No, King Von was hard, bro. He was a great storyteller.
That was hard. I would have to go Lil Baby right now.
Lil Baby's hard, like Lil Baby.
5. on a melodic type of tip, I would say Lil Durk for me.
He's kind of a hit and miss for me. It depends. His beef with 6ix9ine it keeps me entertained though.
I mean, anybody's beef with 6ix9ine.
He's
I
kind
don't
of trying
know.
to stay relevant.
On the real, I don't know. I'm gonna leave the 6ix9ine thing alone. I don't even got an opinion on that. I don't even got an opinion. So I mean, what is something that you want to leave people with, or just want them to know about you as an artist before we?
So, honestly, man, that a lot of people have this perception of me that I'm just this asshole on Facebook. In reality, a lot of people never even have one conversation with me. They just go off of what I post, which I get it's perception, but at the end of the day, it's like you don't know somebody until you actually talk to them, you know? So I feel like if I can engage with a lot more people and people are more willing to have an open conversation, I feel like people will view me different. Music-wise, you know, I'm grinding because I want to put my mom's and my daughter in a better spot. My mom deserves it for putting up with all my shit over the years. Not only that, but I always feel some type of guilt because she had gotten pregnant with me before she was supposed to move back to Arizona. So if it wasn't for me, she'd be, you know, maybe living her best life. I couldn't tell you. She's always been my rock, my blessing. My daughter's my blessing. So everything I do for them. And so I'm hoping this music pays out, you know, whether it's I'm getting just paid from it and paying my bills and using all my extra money on them, or if something happens where I end up taking off, then cool. I'm grateful for it, and I want to give everything to them because they deserve it.
That's what's up, man. Well, I appreciate you, man, coming through, showing us some love over here on the podcast today. Where can the people find you at? Where can they find your music?
You can follow me on IG at @thereal_EAC or type in EAC on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. I'll pop up. You'll see my picture. You can't forget this mug. Show me some love. Let me know what you think. I always love feedback. You can criticize me however you want, negatively, positively. I'll take it all. I don't get butthurt because I know, like I said, I won't appeal to all audiences. But
that's what's up, dog. Hey, man, well, I appreciate you coming to show me some love, man, on the podcast. Hey, that's all we got for today, church.